What did you book it in as?
Do you want a...
Hello everybody, we're going live again here with another Fin Talk Friday. Let some people join in here. Oh, hey Mom. My mommy's joining. That's great. My friend Nebula Surfcraft's joining us. That's always a good thing. Hello NSB Tank. We're going to talk about some fins today. This is Fin Talk Friday. My name's Garrett Spencer. My handle is G_Spencer. Always good to see you guys. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about flex fins. That's one of my favorite kinds of fins to ride. Feel free, if you have any questions throughout this, to type those in the comments below. What up, CTB? What fin for a 16-foot single fin? Probably like, just whatever you think will work, Nick. You're really good at surfing. And I just feel like a 16-foot single fin is gnarly, dude. I don't think I could even make it out on one of those. But anyways, what we're saying is we're going to talk about flex fins today. That's one of my favorite kinds of fins to ride. They're really, really good, really fun fins in your longboards, even in your single fin shortboards. Never. Carl will never retire. You should know better than that. Right, Coast Sales? Carl will never retire. He's the man. So, like I was saying, feel free to not only have fun with your comments, but feel free to comment any questions you might have about flex fins or any other type of fins in those comments down there. You can also direct message us anytime throughout the week if you have any ideas of topics we should talk about. Like I said, I'm Garrett Spencer. This is Fin Talk Friday. Let's get started on flex fins. So, start out. This is a standard rake fin. It's not going to be a flex fin at all. Every fin will flex a little bit once you're in the water. I don't remember if it was one of those weather guys or somebody said, every cubic foot of water is some crazy amount of weight. So anything will flex a very small amount. This fin you would see here, it's nice and shiny. You don't see that sanded finish like you see on most other flex fins. It is not designed to flex. Something that is designed to flex would be something like this. This is an A-Flex designed by Mark Andrini, one of the great surfboard shapers over in California. As you can see, it has a sanded finish. You can see the cloth. You can see the weave in the cloth because they don't do an extra spray coat on these fins. So I'm going to hold it sideways here. You can see it flexes like crazy. This one, maybe it was a little overfoiled, but it'd be really fun to ride still. Flex in these fins, like I said, it's a lot of fun. Where you're going to feel it most is in your bottom turns, in your cutbacks. If you ever do a fade takeoff in like a left go right or a right go left, depending on the wave you're riding, you feel the fin load up under pressure like that as you're dropping in, doing your bottom turn, as you're doing that left go right, and then it springs back to form, allowing a little burst of speed. It kind of hooks you up into the pocket, allowing you to kind of walk up the nose. What's up, Davey? How you doing, bud? So, you like I said, flexes, loads up, springs back. You can start to walk to the nose and get into trim. They're very fast fins usually because there's minimal amounts of drag involved in these fins. They're very thinly foiled. What about a straight go straight? That's a whole nother thing, man. But yeah, man. So what you see here is your standard A-Flex. This is what we're talking about next. Where all kind of flex fins these days you see, we're going to go back to the great George Greeno. He's kind of the guy who got us all started on these flex fins. Our closest here at RDI would be the Mikey DeTemple MD3. This one is shown in the 9-inch variety. Would be great in your single fin longboards and mid-lengths. And the bigger sizes too, and then you go smaller, you go into your single fin shortboards. As you can see, there's a nice amount of base here in the wet OBX. Good luck, Dylan. So as you see, it's a nice amount of base, which will allow nice hold, and it'll allow a nice amount of hold, and then the tip flexes slightly, which allows that spring motion that I was talking about earlier. So this is a good option. There is a nice little bit amount of rake to this fin. You might experience a little bit of wiggle involved when you are in heavier boards with a fin with a lot of rake and this narrow tips. The tail might wiggle just slightly, but that, again, could be fun for a lot of people. So this is kind of where it all goes, and it all starts from, like I said, the Greeno 4A. Our version, the closest thing that we have to that is this MD3. Also, a little shameless self-promotion, my personal flex fin is very close to that as well. Don't tell Mikey I said that. Unless he's tuned in, but he's probably not because he's too cool. But next up, I'm over here talking, but you're just looking at fins, is a Rusty Flex. Rusty Flex is going to be kind of like your standard rake fin with a little bit of a flex pattern to it. So, as you can see, it'll have that little bit of tip flex again. Nice wide base. This is going to be a good starting point. If you don't know about flex fins, but you are interested in getting started, go for this Rusty Flex. It's going to be just like your normal rake fin with, a little bit of flex, so you'll be able to feel that. A general rule when you're looking at flex fins is that they do have a tendency to ride about a ½ inch smaller because of that flex, so you can accommodate for that. Fins with a lot of base, you may not need to go as long, like the MD3, my personal flex fin. Those fins, like I said, they have a lot of base to them, so you may not need that full 10-inch, 9-inch, whatever. Again, there's give and takes with all fins, and that's where you can talk to your guys at your local surf shops to help you with that. One more fin we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the Justin Quintal flex fins. One more here. JQ, he's down there at the Mexi Log Fest right now, and we're wishing him good luck in that, as well as good luck in the duct tape. Check out those guys' Instagram if you want to see what they're doing. Anyways, his flex fin's super upright. We'll have good flex in the tip again, like we're talking about. A more upright fin allows for a more pivoty style turn. It's not going to do those real drawn out turns like you can see with something like the MD fin. But there's all different variety of flex fins for how you like to surf. Experiment with your fins, experiment with your flex fins. Go have fun. Flex fins can be a lot of fun in a lot of different conditions. They're one of my favorite ways to kind of tune up your longboard, maybe add a little performance or a little bit of something that you weren't expecting. Recommend a fin for the Panhandle. Hey, I don't know if you know this, I grew up there. I love that area. For the Panhandle, some flex fins would be cool. I'd go with something a little bit, probably as long as you possibly can. Those are short waves with very steep most of the time. When I was up there, and the fins I mostly rode were something closer to a pivot fin. I didn't ride a lot of flex fins up there, purely because the waves are super steep and I like to nose ride. Flex fins will have a tendency to release a little bit more than your standard fins would. Thank you for that comment. I don't know how to say your handle, but thank you for that comment. I don't want to wreck it, but yeah. So thanks, guys. That's a little breakdown on flex fins. This was Fin Talk Friday. Like I always say, feel free to tune in here live every Friday a little after 5 p.m. with me, Garrett Spencer. Follow RDI for all the most recent products that we have. Feel free to I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the comments here, guys. Feel free to comment. Also, feel free to direct message us with anything you might like us to talk about on the next edition next week. In the meantime, like I said, tune in to us to continue to follow what we're up to. You guys have a great weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Don't drink too many Coronas.